Hello people who like to make things, and people who like to watch people making things, and people who are wondering what the hell's going on and why are they here. Yeah, today is going to be wildly exciting, because I'm going to be doing some more cutting of some card. Whoa. Let me just try this a wee second. Oh. Why is some of the stuff not working? Let's check this. Just a retest post. There we go. Now, if at any point I start mumbling away to myself and you can't hear me, you can use !mumble, and we should get, if my laptop would catch up with me. Come on. There we go. Hopefully I get a nice little audio notification that I'm talking too quietly and you can't hear a thing. So, why is you not working? Sorry if anybody's wearing a headset, because that was probably a bit loud. I just knocked the mic over. Why is this not working? Oh, there we go. Hello. Finally. What's this over here? Where are we? Nah, no idea. Anyway. For some reason, a couple of my little widgety bits don't seem to be working right now. I'm not sure if the stream's just trying to catch up, or if it's just being a butt. I think it is the latter. There we go, because there's those two working. At the moment, I am endeavouring to get to 50 followers on the path to affiliate thingies. Path to affiliate thingies, what is that even? What way is my hand going? That way. Yeah, oh no, you're right. Ah, come on. Challengey thing. So, if you're watching, click that like button. Not like, follow. Follows are free, and they're much appreciated. Hopefully, you might learn something. I'm a bit of a beginner, but I pick stuff up from all the stuff that I watch, and I tend to be alright at passing on information. If at any point the music's too loud and the voice is too quiet, or vice versa, just let me know. And we'll see how we go. But I am going to be today cutting out the pieces of the Iron Patriot Ab armour, purely because I meant to do it last night while watching the TV, but there was other stuff to be done around the house and yada yada yada. Anyway, it's going to be a nice chilled out Sunday afternoon stream, so if anyone's hungover or whatever, it should be a relatively painless effort. Now, the issue is I've got so much guff on this table and I don't really have a lot of room to move about 4 pieces of A4 card. I tend to put my templates onto card rather than paper, and just because whenever you're transferring it onto foam, it's a little bit more durable. So like, because I use permanent marker around the outsides, oh, that was a little bit squint, oops. It can kind of soak through paper and make it a wee bit that kind of wet way, which isn't ideal. Card just means that was the wrong bit of right now. Especially if you've got symmetrical pieces and you're going to be using one side for the left and one side for the right, it means that it will last a wee bit longer without kind of crumpling and tearing and whatever else. The other thing about card is, especially for longer pieces, pop that up there, like these, which you may not be able to see. Turn that light off. Yeah, we can't really see them. Let's see if we can bring them up to the camera. Yeah, there we go. Longer pieces on paper. Let's get one going. Where does it go? All the way over there. I think that goes the other side over there. On paper, paper can kind of flop about and distort more easily than a card, so that's also why I like making from card, because there's been a few templates where I've used paper, and because of that bend and distortion along the flat plane, bits haven't quite necessarily met up evenly or symmetrically on either side, which isn't really what you want to happen. And this just goes because what I might do is, once we've cut out this piece, get rid of the rest of these two pieces of paper, because we don't need that sheer expanse. Yeah, I've currently just got a random Discover Weekly Spotify playlist on, so if anybody's not wanting to listen to whatever's on here, let me know and I can switch it up. Excuse me. Oh, come on. So, this is literally going to be the sum total of this stream today, because I doubt I'll get them all cut out and put onto the transferred on the phone, and then yeah, different people have different ways of putting the card or paper or whatever templates onto foam. Personally, I like to use dressmaking pens because they hold it nice and steady. Some people can just kind of seem to hold it in place and draw around it without it shifting about. I do not have that ability, sadly, because it would make things a little bit quicker. So there's a slightly longer piece. Now, as I was mentioning, so if this was paper, paper distorts more like this without you noticing whenever you're putting up in foam, especially if the foam's still got a bit of a curve to it from being in a roll, which is not so ideal. It's not the end of the world, but you know, it can make something go from potentially looking alright to looking a bit pants. So I just put my templates over here. I've got too much crap in here. This whole room needs gutted and stuff sorted into proper places. Because for too long it's just been too difficult to reach anywhere this stuff should go. Sorry again if anyone's wearing headsets, I just punched the mic. One that I never read, but it doesn't matter. Right. You can go for recycling. These bits can probably be used for templating of some sort at another point. So I can say it there. Alright, this makes this a little easier to work with because I'm not having to work with 3 full sheets or 4 full sheets of paper. Okay. I'm sure I'll straighten up and once I've transferred it to the phone, I'll potentially use a ruler to straighten that line up. Just make a little bit of a... Actually, it's for the back, it doesn't really matter. I'm hoping not too many people will be checking out my back, because that's where I'm hiding all my flaws. There. Yeah, and when I'm cutting out contents, especially ones like this where there's lots of pieces, Polly Pockets keep all the separate parts of your costume together. Oh. There we go. So you don't lose anything. I've just noticed my title has separated the A from the BS. A BS work. Pretty apt. I'm annoyed about that. But yeah, screw it. Let's fix that. I'm gonna update my information again. Just midstream, forget it, whatever. Won't update in that anyway. I don't mind. I don't care. Right? I don't care. No. Next up. No boss. Ooh, that's a good point. I'm going to need to really keep an eye on the angles of these bits and how I'm going to put these together, because I want the abs to be able to shift over each other. So with this, with this piece has a dashed dot line. In paper pep it would mean a fold up the way, which you would achieve by putting a slit in the back of the foam, folding it out and filling it with hot glue, because hot glue has bulk. On certain foam pep, at least the stuff done by the speed build kind of stuff, where JF Customs on the RPF has kind of merged loads of pieces together so that you're not working with all these tiny little bits, the retention of lines like that usually show where that's an overlap and a piece will sit on top, and usually we just glue it on. Because this is going to be connected with something else, I think this bit may actually be fit in here behind this arm bit. So I do actually want an angle sticking out of that. So I'm going to need to keep double checking the model as I go along, because I may have attachments there, probably either elastic and poppers, or snaps as they call them, I guess, or elastic and clips, just to keep stuff from shifting out of place too much. Get rid of some of this excess paper. That's another bit. Okay, let's just take this through. Pop. Right, that's a little bit useful for templating. Just little bits and pieces, little bits of design and stuff. Halloween. I used a scrapbook card to template a tiny scythe for a little plastic wrap skeleton that we've got. That's quite handy. I meant I didn't need to ruin a nice fresh bit of paper. But you just elbowed the desk. Can't decide initially for the mumble. I'll just do that. I've ended up using a minion. What from Despicable Me 1 is the bit where, is it Edith tells Gru it was your cousin's idea, in case you were wondering, because I ideally wanted to use the what from when Darth Vader gets shot at by the Millennium Falcon in the Death Star trench, but the music in the background of it's almost a bit too loud and a bit distracting from the what, so I might switch to that. I don't know, let me know your thoughts. Do a poll on that as well. Hey Chubby Pug Cosplay, how's it going? You good? This is the most exciting stream in the world today. I'm literally cutting out pieces of card. Bad games. How are the doggies and, well, how's the menagerie doing, should I say? I just like the sound of Huggy Puggy for the other night when you're having to give your dog a cuddle. Oop. No. Yeah, let's just finish this one. No, it's this one. Yeah, I had hoped, I don't know if you caught what I was saying before, I had hoped to get this stuff cut out while watching stuff last night, but by the time we got Christmas decorations and stuff taken down and we were on the bed and whatever, all I wanted to do was sit and watch Force Awakens and drink fizz, which was good. And yeah, having seen The Last Jedi recently, I wanted to focus on the movie because a lot of it looked really nice, so give it its due. What am I doing? Yes. I like trying to get the shorter and straighter pieces cut first, and then it's just the big sweeping ones to finish off. So yeah, if I start talking again, if at any point you can't hear me, as per the chat above. If you use !mumble, if I am just nattering away to myself and you can't hear what I'm saying, you can use that command. It's open to everyone, and it's to give me an auditory notification that I'm mumbling away to myself. A bit like IQ's safety one, but with minions. There we go, nice big long bits cut out. And this can go for sure. Let's take that bit off. I like seeing bigger bits of card just for templating or trying out redesigns for things. And the trusty Polly Pocket to keep my bits in. Next piece of card, pink one this time. Oh yeah, that was Halloween. The other year there was a little, what do you call it? It's the big Glasgow comic page. BGCC, and it's like a kind of craft and trade fair thing based around all things kind of, it's like a mini Comic Con basically, held in the trade halls in Glasgow, and it's been putting together a wee Iron Man hand just to try stuff out, and because I got I had a wee light, so I was able to wire it up, and I just held a battery pack somewhere up my arm. I can't remember if it's actually, because I had the arc reactor on a heart rate monitor, which is why it looks like I've got big divots across my boots. I think I actually hung the battery pack off that, so I just had the cables extend up my sleeve and round to the back. I picked up the sunglasses on wish.com for about £4, and I've got the t-shirt, I think off eBay. So it was just a like kind of quick thrown together cosplay thing, closet $4. Just with the hand on the arc reactor. The arc reactor is just made of the circular form of it was a plastic Haagen-Dazs lid, which seems to be quite the right size. Well, thank you. With a couple of just those little RGB LED strips inside it, and then I printed out the template for the one that matches the t-shirt, which I think might be from Iron Man 2 or 3, and then just layered up cardboard behind. Yeah, all those little cross pieces are just levels of cardboard cut out to the right shape and then kind of stacked up to give it a more kind of 3D effect. I'd seen it was, what do you call them? JF Customs, which is where I got this template from as well. Although I think it's the Jackie is Rockin' template, original model that JF Customs unfolded from. That what he does is rather than kind of make arc reactors and stuff, he just gets like a circular piece of clear plastic, and prints out a picture of the arc reactor and rubs with oil on it to make it translucent, so it means that the light comes through it better, which is quite a cool idea. And I think I used that idea for that one because it was hidden behind the t-shirt as well. You kind of got a decent effect of it when they lined up right. But it was fun. The hand was my one of my first adventures into. I think it was actually my first adventure into using contact cement, and you know, you don't read stuff, so I just thought it was like super glue, and I put some on and it didn't stick, and then I was basically having to tape bits together and leave them overnight so that it would cure and hold in place. Also, when I built it, I realised it was 2mm foam and it was a bit skinny, and the in between finger bits ripped. It was coated with plastic up and stuff. This one I've made slightly bigger out of 5mm foam. This circle isn't quite so circular, but hopefully that will. Where is this camera? There. Turn it on around that way. I wanted to give myself a bit more room to get in and out of it without breaking it, and also leave room, because one of the issues I had with the smaller one was it fit together great when I first put all the bits on, and then I hot glued in the pieces of elastic that joined the finger pieces to the hand, and suddenly there wasn't quite as much room inside anymore for my hand. And then of course with the wee undersuit glove thing that I'd put on so that it wasn't just skin underneath, it was really quite a tight fit. Now I had that one so that it would open. Let's take this off so I can't quite turn my arm that way. It opens along this slit line, and it had Velcro, and you know, it doesn't really line up properly. So I remade them in 5mm foam. I still need to. I've cut all the finger bits out for both hands, so that's 28 finger pieces, which I now need to score the lines in using a hot knifey type thing, which leaves in the 2mm foam perfect trench for getting the folds that I want. Glue them together, get the elastic in, get them all put together, and then I can see about getting that coated. Now I haven't decided with the hands if I'm going to keep them flexible using polyprops seal, or if I'm going to go the route of polyprop shield, which is the hardening stuff. Honestly, they're not bad, but they could be better. It's this bit here especially doesn't line up very well, but I think that's more my issue with cutting the foam. However, that's a different bit. But yes, thank you for your compliments, much appreciated. I think that there was that photo was actually taken by one of the artists that was there that day. I think his name's in the background. He used to call himself Haywire Visions. I think he's now called Art by Al Reed. And he posted it on his Facebook page, and someone had commented saying that their kid had thought that it was actually Tony Stark, which made my day. So then I don't think I've got that picture in. I don't. When I went to see Civil War, I wore that get-up without the hand. Did I have that? I didn't have the hand, I just had the arc reactor and the glasses and everything. But with a kind of, the Captain America that you'll see at some point, kind of like a street soldier version of his jacket, with the jacket on top. And it was amazing because there was about 8 or 9 different kids in the place that were just like, it's Tony Stark. And it was great fun. One was even having an argument with his dad. It's him, Dad. It's him, look. It was funny. I hope it made the experience of watching the film more fun for them to think of him in the cinema from the start. Because that's one of the things I love most about dressing up like an idiot, is kids thinking they've met their heroes. Because even though my Captain America that was just on screen a second ago there was nothing like any Captain America that's ever been on page or screen. There were these two wee brothers who, and technically it's not my first proper cosplay. I think that was the first one that I wore to a con rather than just for like Halloween or some other event. There were these two wee brothers. I think they must have been about 6 and 4 or 5 and 3. I wanted to stand with Captain America to get the photos taken, so I did a wee salute. Went down on one knee beside them, did a wee salute. And they were like, oh, I want to do that too. And their mum was almost crying because they were so happy. And that just made me want to do stuff that, not always, but stuff that kids are going to get. Because if they can feel that their heroes are real, hopefully they'll aspire to be more like them. Yeah, the timer worked. I always get a surprise when my timed messages work. Oh, thank you. Oh, I've got a much bigger nose. Yeah, that's all recycled. So what are you up to today anyway? So 2 cents. Anything fun and exciting? And yeah, Carol, isn't it? I always forget when I see people's Twitch names come up and then real names on things like Instagram and stuff. I get used to people's monikers rather than real names. Trying to get a printer now, Joey. See, our printer is one of these wireless ones, and it works with everything. Phones, tablets, my wife's laptop. See this one? For some reason, if someone's printed something recently, it'll say that the printer's in use, even though the print job's done. And then, even though my thing hasn't printed, oh, your 3D printer to work. Nice. I am insanely jealous. Well done for getting that build done so quick. Like, that only took you, what, a couple of days? And was it, I can't remember who was saying it, was it IQ saying that, you know, no it wasn't, it was, I can't remember, someone, Studio maybe, was saying that, you know, it's better than having an out of the box one, because at least, you know, if anything goes wrong you'll be able to kind of tinker about with it and fix it, because you've built it from the ground up and you'll be more likely to go at fixing it. Personally though, I'd rather just have one out of the box, because So what is it you're trying to print? Have you printed anything on it yet?
receive 30 minutes of music without interruption.
But that's always the fun thing. It's like when I was you've had to take it apart. That's poo. So I'm looking over here because my phone's over here and I've got chat up there. Yeah, my concern would just be that I wouldn't put it together right in the first place, because I was in what way? Surely from an academic standpoint, because if I do ever get one, I like knowing the issues that people have in advance of me trying to do anything with it. Yeah, because I spent about an hour and a half one day because I'd messed up a bit of programming on the Raspberry Pi, and because the last thing I did programming on was BBC Basic, which I didn't heard of, yeah, it took me about an hour and a half to realise that there should have been a tab indent on one of the lines that I didn't have one on. As soon as I realised that, it worked. But it took me an hour and a half and walking away from it and coming back and other things and coming back to think of actually looking down to make sure everything was on the right level, as it were. And that one was too far back. Like an idiot. But, again, it's a learning experience. I think that through the printer, especially once you've got it all built up, you just want to be able to print stuff. Or at least that would. Crud buckets. That was the top. Sugar plums. That was A and B, wasn't it? Crap. Yeah. I think. I'm gonna need to look at this model again because I'm an idiot. And I didn't mark up all the pieces that I thought I had yesterday. Abs. There we go. Well. Now you are 20B, so if I turn you around. You're actually that side of things. Crud buckets. Wait. Right, so yeah, that's A. I'm losing the plot. A that side, B that side, right, okay. Yes, yeah. I'm throwing myself off here. Losing the plot. Right, let's go back again. Wait. A, B, yeah. Still doesn't make any themselves anyway, but it's just to have them marked up as something. Stuff may be dropping. I've just done that again. And then top B1, top B2, top 2 B. Because this makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm going to have to look at that model again. Because that's just the bit that sits on top. These bits have the bits that go underneath. As does that. That doesn't, but it can just join to the back of that bit. So that's going to need an upfold as well. I put a layer of 2mm foam behind it. That's one of the things about foam Pepakura as opposed to making your own stuff, especially on like a kind of speed build model where there's just bits and then you add the detailing a lot of the time yourself, as opposed to making your own templates. There's sometimes a lot of figuring out as to how the bits actually go together in the model, because it doesn't always necessarily translate to the flat plane from a 3D model, so we'll see how we go. I'm hoping it will become a bit clearer once the pieces have all been transferred to foam. One might hope. Oh, it is shooting. Choo choo. Choo choo. Hello, sweetlings. Choo-choo-shting. Where? It fell. Well, Carol, I hope your rebuild goes well. I admit that I am jealous of you for having a 3D printer. I am not jealous of you for having to put it together yourself and then rebuild it, because that sounds like something that I would need to do. Having tried to either do something quickly and missed something, or cut corners somewhere, or just been crap at, you know, wiring or whatever. Okay. Now, to get these wee bits all done first. Let's do that. Do you know what's actually wrong with that? What one was it you got actually? Was it the CR10 you got? I see that getting recommended a lot at the moment. I have no idea what password I'm holding this in. And my other question, do you ever stream? Oh, what have I done here? Go around the buckets. No, because I was going to say you should actually stream you rebuilding it, because I'm sure that people like me would be able to learn a ton, because I'm sure other people have probably made or had the same issue. So showing you rectify it could potentially help other people to avoid the issue. Or at least how they can rectify it. And also it's fun to watch people swear and get angry on stream. Which, surprisingly enough, I haven't done a lot of yet, because I tend to get annoyed with fiddly bits. And I really thought the face shell was going to give me more hassle than it did. No, you can put like a thingy, an over 18s thing on it, because I know I'm sure Furry's got that. Gosh, you'll solve it. One presumes you have googled the issue, so that's always my first protocol. Has anybody else had the same issue as me, and how did they fix it? Feeling that in terms of a 3D printer, I might just call their technical help desk. Help! It's not working. No. My watch telling me to be more active. Bugger off. Thought I wrecked that there. Whoops, included. Let's take this bit a bit slower. There. I think I might cut the stream once I've finished cutting this bit out here. Go and retrieve small people from their maps. Because obviously that's the only time I get to stream, so I need to make the most of it. And there's the 9 minutes to 4 alarm. So that is all the pieces of the abs cut out. I wish cutting bone abs was as easy as that. It's quite a process. It's like, what, a couple of crunches? In fact, that's like one inside of the record. Need to get back to that. But, look at that. A clean cutting mat. All the bits in my poly pocket, ready to start transferring to foam, which I will endeavour to do one evening during the week. Speaking of evenings, I might even be able to get a stream going on Wednesday evening. I know that other people stream at that point. Might do it anyway, who knows. But, Carol, good luck getting your 3D printer fixed, working, issue solved. I'm looking for. Have you got an idea for your first print? I'm looking forward to seeing it when it comes out. Yeah, so I'm going to cut the stream short at that point. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And if you are ever bored, you can currently come and visit me on Facebook at Talon Sword Cosplay, on Instagram as Talon Sword, on YouTube as Talon Sword Cosplay, which is just an export of these streams, and on Twitter as Talon Sword Cosplay, which is cosplay without the vowels, because it wouldn't let me have a long enough name. However, I am looking to change my name at some point shortly, once I figure out how to do the export of my stats and stuff from Twitch. Possibly to something like Workshop or Foundry or Forge or something, because I don't think cosplay is the right term for me at the moment, because I haven't been to a con in like 2 and a bit years. So yeah, it's a bit of a misnomer, so I'm going to change that at some point, but when I do, I'll update these. The only thing that I think might need to change in terms of directing people would be my Twitch handle for my Facebook posts. So, like I say, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thank you for keeping me company. Otherwise I would have just been talking to the air. And yeah, again, good luck. If you're out there making anything, keep making stuff. If you're not making anything, give it a go. It's easier than it looks. If I can do it, anyone can.